Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. It's that time. I'm going to do our NFL picks and predictions. We're going to look over all of our games that we have coming up for Week 8 of the 2025 NFL season. We're going to break down all the matchups, try to predict the outcome, the winners, the losers, the final scores, and we'll also take a in-depth look at our best bets, money lines, spreads, over-unders. First things first, though, before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments down below. Who do you think is going to win these games? Drop it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to check out that pinned comment down below. Click on the link, sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. The very first one we have kicking everything off is going to be our Thursday night game, October 23rd, 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video. The 3-3 Minnesota Vikings here. The big question with the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, who's getting the start here under center? As of right now, it's going to be Carson Wentz. He probably gives him the best chance to win. On the road versus the 4-3 LA Chargers, Harbaugh really has the passing game going for the Chargers. They got to concentrate a little more on that rushing attack. Defense, top 5 last year, not quite top 5 this year. Right now, LA, 61% chance to win. Minnesota, 38.7. Chargers are 3-point favorites, 44.5 over-under. LA, minus 169. Minnesota, plus 142. This Minnesota offense, there's a lot of playmakers here, especially if Wentz plays a good, accurate, clean game. They can move the ball. They have Mason at running back. They have Justin Jefferson, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Some might say the best wide receiver in the NFL. Almost closing in on 600 yards. Right now, Minnesota, 24.2 points a game. Throwing for 214.8. Running for 103.8, giving up 20.8 points per game. Chargers, the offense can push the ball down the field, but they got to work on running the ball, controlling the game, controlling time of possession. They're averaging 21.6 points a game. Throwing for 261.6, very pass heavy. Running for 111.1, giving up 23.3 points a game. They had a top 5 defense in the NFL last year. Right now, the defense isn't there yet, but we're almost at the midway point. Now's the time to turn things around. Justin Herbert closing in on 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 picks. They lost Hampton. They still have Allen. They have Ladd McConkey. There's weapons on this team. They're running for 111.1, giving up 23.3 points a game. When you're looking at these two squads, LA's at home. They have the more complete offense right now. I got to ride with Harbaugh at home. Give me the Chargers winning this one, 24-20. Now moving on to our Sunday games, October 26, 1 p.m. on Fox, the 4-2 Buffalo Bills. The Bills, they really want to get things back on track here. They're well rested now after having a week off. They're riding a 2-game losing streak, one of the best offenses in the NFL, the reigning MVP award. Who better to get things back on track here versus the 4-3 Carolina Panthers? But this is not the Panthers of old. They've actually been playing some really good football. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, but unfortunately, big loss for them. They're not going to have Bryce Young here. That obviously doesn't give them a good chance. Right now, Carolina, 43.3% chance to win. Buffalo, 56.4%. The Bills are 7.5-point favorites, 45.5 over-under. This Buffalo offense, it's unfortunate. They don't have a true wide receiver number 1, but they still have Josh Allen, potentially running up another back-to-back MVP caliber season. 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 picks. He's also a dual-threat quarterback. Cook closing in on 600 yards. Kincaid banged up right now. The wide receiver core overall, that group has to step up. They got to make up some ground. On the other side, Carolina, without Bryce Young, that's definitely going to affect this team. Obviously, Chuba Hubbard's been banged up. Dowdle, though, closing in on 600 yards rushing. McMillan's been a stud first-round pick. But with that running game, opens up the play action. But there's going to be question marks at the quarterback position. The Bills are averaging 27.8 points a game, throwing for 227.3, running for 151. Actually, a pretty balanced offense, giving up 22.8 points per game, shutting down the passing, only giving up 167 through the air, but you can gash them on the ground. They give up 156 rushing yards. Look for Carolina with the quarterback situation. They're going to try to control time of possession. They're going to try to keep this game on the ground, drain the clock, keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. Panthers are averaging 20.7 points a game, throwing for 186.6, running for 140.1, giving up 21.7 points a game. Actually much improved over last season, where they were giving up about 34 to 35 points a game. Having a really strong season. But with Bryce Young being out, even though the Panthers are at home, look for the Bills' offense to dominate. Buffalo wins it 32-20. Then on Fox at 1 p.m., the 5-2 San Francisco 49ers. How on earth are the 49ers 5-2? The amount of injuries this team had, yet they continue to find ways to put games together, continue to find ways to get the W. They've been down Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, Pearsall, Jennings, Kittle. Actually, the most healthy person on this team has surprisingly been Christian McCaffrey, and he's been carrying this team on his back. He's like 65% of the overall offensive production. They'll be on the road here versus the 2-4 Houston Texans. Texans actually getting that offense back on track. Didn't perform the best last week, but C.J. Stroud, the 2 prior weeks, looking like 2023 C.J. Stroud. and they still have the number one defense in the NFL. Right now, Houston, 56.5% chance to win. The 49ers, a 43.2% chance. San Francisco's 1.5-point favorites, 41.5 over under, practically a 50-50 split. This game is basically a pick 'em. The spread is so close, you can make a very strong case for either one of these teams to get the win. 49ers, like I said, Christian McCaffrey completely leading this team, 500 yards rushing, almost 600 yards receiving. Mac Jones probably getting another start here, 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 picks. Kittle is back. That's the guy you need for third and long situations. He's that security blanket there. They're averaging 20.7 points a game, throwing for 271.3. Very pass heavy. I want to see them get the ground game going, take some pressure off the defense. They're only running for 95.3 points a game, giving up 19.7. Your typical really good San Francisco 49ers defense. On the other side, Houston, they have a very good defense and they're at home. CJ Stroud, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks. Chubbs, Collins is banged up right now. That's a massive loss. He's a true wide receiver, number one. They're averaging 21.2 points a game, throwing for 198.2, running for 106.2, giving up 14.7 points a game. The number one statistical defense in the NFL. You know that defense is going to show up at home. This is their chance to chip their way back to 500, but it's been working so far for the 49ers. They just cannot lose a game no matter how many pieces are lost. Give me San Francisco on the road, 21-17. And 1 p.m. on Fox, the 2-5 New York Giants actually showing some fight the last couple weeks. Coming off a very close loss versus the Broncos. They had that game in their hand. Would have been another really good win for them, but they lost it in the fourth quarter. But since they've made the quarterback change, Daboll's team has actually showed a lot of fight. Since Jackson Dart's taken over at the quarterback position, he's throwing the ball well. He's running the ball. He's not a dual threat quarterback, but he definitely is a mobile quarterback. He will extend plays. He will take off for the first down. He has almost 800 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks. Scatterboo showing the physicality from the running position, closing in on 400 yards rushing. How about Robinson closing in on 500 yards receiving? Just think of where this offense would be. They'd be even better if they had Malik Neighbors, because he's a true wide receiver, number one. The Giants are going to be on the road here versus the 5-2 Eagles. Everyone is giving the Eagles a shot to win this one. But don't forget, the Giants just beat them and beat them handily just 2-3 weeks ago. They won 34-17. They know they can beat the Eagles, but the Eagles also want some revenge for that game, and they are the Super Bowl champs. Philadelphia at home, 64.5% chance to win. New York, a 35.3. Eagles are 7-point favorites, 43.5 over under. The Eagles, one of the best overall offensive rosters. Jalen Hurts, Barkley, Smith, Brown. Hurts probably coming off his most efficient passing game last week because he's been struggling to push the ball down the field. His stats don't look bad. 11 touchdowns, 1 pick, but it's been the accuracy so far. But they were able to pass last week. They got to get the ground game going. They're only running for half the yards they were last season. New York, 21.9 points a game, throwing for 211.4, running for 125.1, giving up 25.3 points a game. You can move the ball on this Giants team. Philadelphia, 24.3 points a game, throwing for 198.7, running for 88.1. They ran for 188 yards per game just last season. Concentrate on the ground game, get that going. That's going to take a lot of pressure off the passing game, and they're giving up 23.6 points a game. Really good defense, but it hasn't showed up quite yet so far this season. But they're at home. They have the offense rolling right now. They have the weapons, and it's hard to beat a good team twice, especially within 3 weeks. Give me Philadelphia winning this one, 26-17. And on Fox at 1 p.m., the 2-5 Cleveland Browns coming off a dominating win versus Miami. The big issue for the Browns has been consistently getting first downs, moving the ball. They put their defense in a lot of tough situations because their defense has been on the field the majority of the games they played this season. Really good defense, top 5 overall defense. They just need some help from the offense. Give these guys a break. They'll be on the road versus the 5-2 New England Patriots. Patriots, let's call it like it is. This is one of the best teams so far in the NFL. Their offense is moving the ball consistently. Drake May, a lot of off-the-season hype. So far, they've been living up to it, though. Right now, May, 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 2 picks. The Patriots, Foxborough, very difficult place for the road team to play. They have a 68.4% chance to win. The Browns, a 31.3%. They're going to need a very efficient offense to have a shot to win this game. Patriots, 7-point favorites, 40.5 over under. The Browns. Dylan Gabriel, young quarterback here on the road, rookie quarterback. He's going to need Quinton Junkins to have a really good game running the ball, take a lot of pressure off him. They're only averaging 16.1 points a game, throwing for 178.1, running for 92.6. Really good defense, though, giving up 21.7 points a game, only 82 on the ground. Great rush defense, great front seven. And the Patriots, one of the better offenses in the NFL, 25.9 points a game, throwing for 239.9. Running for 103.4, giving up 19 points a game, only 77 on the ground. They're going to seek to take the rush game away from Cleveland, put the Browns in the third and long situations, force Dylan Gabriel, the rookie quarterback, into uncomfortable situations. I don't think that bodes well here on the road. Give me the Patriots win this one, 24-16. And one of the most exciting games of the entire weekend, 1 p.m. on CBS, the 4-2 Chicago Bears. Think of how improved the Bears are from where they were last season. The offense struggling to move the ball last year. Awful defense. Defense is still pretty bad, but this team can score some points. They can throw it. They can run it. Caleb Williams playing much better than he did last season. The happy feet, it's come down just a little bit. He's closing on 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 picks. Swift is banged up. They still have Odunze. They have more talented wide receiver core. The offensive line is playing better. As long as the offense moves the ball, the defense, try to keep your defense off the field, please, for the love of God, because they're going to give up some points, especially versus the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens. The big news here, Lamar Jackson, he's been spotted at practice, might be getting the start here. One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Do not underestimate how much of a loss that was that they didn't have in the last couple games. He's one of the best there is. He can throw for 4,500 yards. He can run for 1,000 yards. He could do a little bit of everything. He's been the missing piece here because the Ravens might have the worst defense in the NFL, but gosh, they can score with anyone in the NFL. And let's call it like it is. They need this game extremely bad. This was a team with Super Bowl aspirations this season. They're 1-5. Harbaugh cannot afford to drop to 1-6. They need this win no matter what. 64% chance to win. The Bears a 35.7. Baltimore 6.5-point favorites. 50.5 over under. Chicago 25.3 points a game. Throwing for 217.2. Running for 129.3. Giving up 25.8 points a game. Baltimore 24 points a game, 183 passing yards, 126.2 rushing. But this offense, when they had Lamar Jackson, they were averaging in the 30s. They look to get back to that here. They're giving up 32.3 points a game. Like I said, this defense is not good in any way whatsoever. They give up yards passing. They give up yards rushing. The Bears will be able to move the ball. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, you need him fully healthy. You have to prepare for a shootout. I think they need this game. They have to fight. It's not optional. They have to win this game. Baltimore wins a shootout, 33-27. And on CBS at 1 p.m., the 1-6 Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins might be the worst team in the NFL. If not, they're probably second place to the New York Jets. They can't move the ball. They can't throw it. They can't run it. They have a lot of off-the-field stuff going on. McDaniels, Greer, are they potentially on the hot seat? What's going to happen there? They have quarterback questions, wide receiver questions without Tyreek Hill. There's just nothing is going right now, especially on the defensive side. And they're on the road here in Atlanta versus the 3-3 Falcons. The Falcons right now, the offense is starting to move the ball. They're starting to vertically push the ball down the field. That is Penix's specialty, is vertically getting the deep vertical passes. They also have a good run game. Bijan Robinson having a great season, catching the ball out the backfield. He's closing in on 600 yards rushing. London has really caught on the last couple weeks. If you can run the ball, Penix can run the play action. Penix is kind of banged up right now. That's a big concern here. They have a 62% chance to win. The Dolphins a 37.6. Can the Dolphins pull off the upset on the road? Atlanta 7-point favorites, 44.5 over under. They're going to have to be able to run the ball. You need to run the ball on the road. Waddle's going to have to step up. He's going to have to be that guy. No matter who the quarterback is for the Dolphins, if it's Tua, just don't get a concussion. He's turning the ball over a lot, forcing things under pressure. 11 touchdowns, 10 picks. That is god-awful. They're averaging 20 points a game, throwing for 186.6, running for 92.4, giving a 29.3 points a game, almost 160 on the ground. I don't like that mix because Bijan Robinson, he's running the ball really good right now versus this Miami Dolphins front seven that's just getting gashed left and right. Falcons 18.3 points a game, throwing for 228, running for 136.3, giving up 20 points a game, only 141 through the air. Really good secondary. I don't like that if it's Tua under center. Give me the Falcons winning this one at home, 28-20. 1 p.m. on CBS, the 0-7, the winless New York Jets. Could the Jets possibly go 0-17? There is the possibility that happens. They'll probably pull off at least one win somewhere. Will it be this weekend? They'll be playing the 3-4 Cincinnati Bengals. How about the Bengals? Their defense is bad. For them to have any shot to win any game, they have to win it in a shootout. That's exactly what happened last week. Flacco steps in. He's chucking the ball down the field. Chase, Higgins, great wide receiver core, one of the best in the NFL. They beat the Steelers 33-31. That's what they need. They need a Joe Burrow-esque performance at the quarterback position to have a shot to win any game because their defense is no bad. The Jets are probably going to get first downs. No matter who the Jets quarterback is Sunday, they will be able to move the ball. Cincinnati, 58.2% chance to win. New York, a 41.5. The Bengals, 6.5-point favorites, 44.5 over-under. Jets are averaging 18.4 points a game, throwing for 143.4, running for 127.9. Obviously, they've had a lot of quarterback issues going on. Fields, Taylor, guys are getting banged up. Brees Hall's banged up. Garrett Wilson's banged up. They're giving up 26.1 points a game. Their offense can't get first downs. Cincinnati, 19.4 points a game. But now Flacco's there. Flacco, yes, he's like 65 years old, but he still has the big arm. He can still push it to one of the most talented wide receiver cores. They're throwing for 199.9, running for 68.9. Obviously, the ground game, that's not going to cut it. They got to run the ball, but Flacco, he doesn't really care. He'll just chuck it down the field. They're giving up 30.6. Like I said, their offense has to be paired to score points and win in a shootout. Thankfully for them, the Jets don't have the best offense. Give me Cincinnati winning this one. Flacco showed us what he can do last week. They win 27-17. 4:05 p.m. on Fox, the 5-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, they lost that game last week, but how about the Bucs so far this season? Baker Mayfield and company, and they continue to find ways to win. Practically this entire team on offense has been injured besides Baker Mayfield, and they still rattled off 5 fourth-quarter victories. This team has taken Baker Mayfield's persona. It just completely epitomizes the offense. They are a gritty team, grindy team. They will fight you down 4 quarters. They will find a way to outscore you. They're on the road versus the 1-6 New Orleans Saints. The Saints, they just need a win here. They need some type of momentum. They've had a lot of injuries right now. Kamara, Olave, Cooks, Spencer Rattler. Concentrate on the intermittent passing game. Get that going. Help your defense out just a little bit. Bucs don't have the best defense. You will be able to get a couple first downs, but can you turn that into points? Saints 34.7% chance to win. Tampa Bay 65.1. The Bucs 4.5-point favorites, 47 over under. Tampa Bay 24.9 points a game, throwing for 239.3, running for 99.6, giving up 25 points a game. The thing about the Buccaneers, everyone's been banged up this season. Egbuka, Mike Evans is banged up right now. Chris Godwin's been banged up. Irvin's been banged up. But Baker Mayfield, he's banged up right now. But still, 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 picks. As long as he's healthy to play here, I don't care who you trot out there. He's going to get him the ball. He's going to score points. And right now, the Saints, 17.9 points a game, throwing for 197.7, running for 100.1, giving up 26.6 points a game. I trust the Bucs offense a lot more here on the road. Tampa Bay wins this one, 27-16. And one of the best games of the entire weekend, 4:25 p.m. on CBS, the 3-1 Dallas Cowboys, America's team, on the road versus the 5-2 Denver Broncos. How about the Cowboys winning a really good game versus the Commanders last week? And then you had the Broncos coming back versus the Giants. Yes, it wasn't good. They got down fourth quarter, but they scored, 33 points in the fourth quarter, fought their way back. Props to Sean Payton for keeping the team focused. Props to Bo Nix for executing that massive fourth quarter comeback. Showed what their offense is really capable of. Denver at home, 55.1% chance to win. Dallas, a 44.6% chance. Broncos, 3.5-point favorites, 49.5 over under. Vegas definitely sees a higher scoring game. The big news about the Cowboys, unlike last year, yes, their defense is still pretty bad, but they can run the ball this season. They could not run it last year. Williams having a great season, 600 yards rushing. Dak Prescott, 1,900 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, only 3 picks. Pickens, CeeDee Lamb came back, made a massive impression. That might be the best 1-2 wide receiver core in the NFL. And Dak Prescott, he's pushing the ball to them. And they're going to need, because they give up some points. Denver, Bo Nix, about the midway point last year, that's when this team turned it around, started playing good defense, started playing good offense. And that's what's happening right now. He has 11 touchdowns, 4 picks. J.K. Dobbins, Sutton, Dallas, 31.7 points a game. The number one offense in the NFL yardage-wise, throwing for 268.4. Running for 122.1, giving up 29.3 points a game. They will give up points. That's obvious here. Denver, 23.3 points a game, throwing for 215.1, running for 131.9, giving up 18.1 points a game. They still have a top 6 overall defense. They will have that at home, but can the Dallas offense outscore the Broncos? That's what it's going to come down to. This is a very tough game to call. You can call me crazy. I'm going to go out a little bit on a ledge here. Give me Dallas pulling off the upset. They win at 28-27, but either one of these teams can walk away with the win. CBS at 4:25 p.m. The 1-6 Tennessee Titans coach has been fired. Everything that could potentially go wrong has gone wrong so far for this team. But hey, at least they're not 0-7 like the New York Jets. Tennessee, Cam Ward, he needs his wide receivers to hold on to the ball. He needs his offensive line to, just for the love of God, give this guy a couple seconds to get rid of the ball. And he's also had butterfingers the last couple games. Have to hold on to that ball. They'll be on the road here versus the 6-1 Indianapolis Colts. Is it a stretch to say the Colts might be the best team in the NFL so far? It's definitely possible. One of these surprise teams so far this season. One of the most balanced teams. They can throw it. They can run it. The number one offense points per game. And they also have a defense defense. It's a pretty crazy season, but props to you Colts fans. You got something to watch this year. Right now, the Colts 82.5% chance to win. Titans 17.3% chance to win. Indianapolis 14-point favorites. 47 over/under. Cam Ward, Pollard, Ridley's banged up. They're only averaging 13.7 points a game. The last place offense in the NFL, throwing for 159.9, running for 75.7, getting up 27.4 points a game. Colts on the other side, like I said, number one offense points per game wise, 33.1 points a game. Daniel Jones, 1,800 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. He's also a guy that can run it. Physical runs. He will get first downs with his legs. Jonathan Taylor, 700 yards rushing, 10 rushing touchdowns. Those are video game numbers. They're putting it up in real time. Warren, Pierce, they're throwing for 250.1, running for 130.1, only giving up 20 points a game. They have so much going for them. Yeah, they give up a lot of pass yards, but I don't really see Tennessee challenging them. Give me the Colts cruising to the win here, 30-16. And our final Sunday night game on NBC at 8:20 p.m., the 4-1 Green Bay Packers. Green Bay started out the season as hot as anyone, kind of fell off for about a 2-week stretch. Now they're rising back up. This is a very talented team with playoff and Super Bowl aspirations on the road versus the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers Tomlin team, scoring a lot of points. Rodgers not playing like Green Bay Packers Rodgers, but he's playing pretty close to it. Looking pretty good right now. Not your typical Mike Tomlin defense. They got to get the defense right, but the Steelers at home, a very difficult team to beat, a potential playoff caliber team here. Steelers 45.2% chance to win. Green Bay 54.4%, but let's call it like it is. This is a very personal game. This is the Packers versus the Steelers. The variable here is Aaron Rodgers, the old Packers quarterback, playing for the Steelers. He would love to beat his old team. His old team would love to beat him. It's a fun game to watch. Right now, Green Bay, they are the favorites here, 3.5-point favorites, 44.5 over/under. Packers 26.2 points a game, throwing for 225.8, running for 117.5, giving up 20.5 points a game. But how about the rush defense? Only 76.5 yards per game. Their goal, take away the Steelers' rushing attack, put it all on Rodgers. But it is what it is. Rodgers, they don't run the ball that much anyways. They are a pass-first team. He has no issues chucking it around the field. Pittsburgh, 25 points a game, throwing for 203, running for 94.5, giving up 23.3 points a game. They give up a lot of yards to the air, almost 260 yards passing. Green Bay, Jacobs is banged up right now, but Jordan Love can kind of do a little bit of everything. He can throw it, he can scramble. Not a scrambling quarterback, but if you force him to, he will take the wide open first down. Kraft, Reed, the other side, Rodgers, 14 touchdowns, 5 picks. Warren, DK Metcalf, that's that veteran wide receiver, someone he can trust on third downs. Again, I'm going to go upset here. This is one of those games. It is a pick. I mean, it could go either way, but give me the Steelers at home, 24-20. And we made it to our final game, ABC, 8:15 p.m., the Monday night matchup, the 3-4 Washington Commanders. Big news here. Jane Daniels probably not going to be getting the start here. That's a massive loss here. One of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the NFL. The Commanders are on the road versus the 4-3 Kansas City Chiefs, the runner-up to the Super Bowl last year. Chiefs didn't start out this season really good, but the last couple weeks, they're actually playing really good football. Defense is playing good. The offense is actually playing a lot better than it did last season. They were a defensively focused team last year. They still have that defense this year, but now the offense has stepped up. KC at home, very difficult place for road teams to play at Arrowhead. Kansas City, 68.9% chance to win. Washington, 30.9% chance. The Chiefs, 10.5-point favorites, 48.5 over. And that's a massive spread for an NFL game. Commanders probably going to be having Marcus Mariota here on the road. Veteran experience backup. He can win this game, but you're going to need a perfect game from the Commanders. Krosky married. Debo Samuel's banged up. Scary Terry's banged up. A lot of injuries holding Washington back. They're averaging 25.7 points a game, throwing for 196.1, running for 148.9. Very balanced offense, but this Chiefs defense, they're going to get after it. They're giving up 24.3 points a game. KC, Patrick Mahomes, 14 touchdowns, 2 picks, playing a better version of himself than last year, playing old vintage Patrick Mahomes. Pacheco, their run game is somewhat finally getting going. They don't have the best rushing attack because Patrick Mahomes still running the ball too much. I don't like to see quarterbacks run that much per game. Kelsey, Brown, Worthy, their receiving core overall, they don't have a true wide receiver number one, but as long as they play, Patrick Mahomes will give them the ball in space. They're averaging 26.6 points a game, throwing for 247.1, running for 123.4, only giving up 17.7 points a game. Jones, that front seven, they're going to get after it, create havoc in the backfield, take the run game away, force errant throws, potentially get some turnovers, give your offense the short field. Everything is lining up right now for the Chiefs to get another win. They win this one 31-17. Guys, that's our picks, predictions, all of our breakdowns for our Week 8 NFL games. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments below. Who do you think is going to win these games? Drop it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Click on the link, sign up there. I would definitely appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching.